is kind of just stuck. So I think we're at the point, and I made a boo-boo. I think I'm just gonna end up having to replace that line. And then we're gonna jack it up and do some grinding on the drive shaft tunnel, and then I'm gonna angle that rear end up a little bit. It's just inspiring when it's so wiggly. Pads are in good spots-ish. So basically I'm gonna get my flap wheel in here. I'm gonna clean up all of this, and then we're gonna get it painted. And then I'm gonna clean up all of this and paint it. Probably cut, these are for the parking brake, and I don't know that I want them there. I might leave them on there for now. I don't plan to put a parking brake on it, and I don't really plan to sell this car anytime soon. I don't really plan to get buried in it or anything, but I don't know, future owner might want it. But I need to clean all this stuff up. So let's get to it. You got enough light? Can you see? Can I see? Is that in your way? To figure out how to reconnect that to this down here, which means I got to find the hardware. So that should be fun and exciting. I believe it's just a rod, and I'm gonna have to look at some old pictures. I took photos before I took everything apart, so I've got to figure that out. All right, so I found the rod. It's opposed to the Dave, the Phil, the Steve, the Sharon, and it pins right in here. I'm gonna fly over, and then this is supposed to connect right here, but we're about 4 inches too short. Also, you can see this was fabricated. I literally just took a really long bolt, bent the snot out of it, but their bends are off. This has too sharp of a bend, so I'm going to take that bend out, and then I'm going to cut this and just extend it. I have some adjustment here, but I'm going to measure it out about for roughly how short I am. It is, not me. I'm 6'3" or 2 when I slouch. 0 when my back really hurts. I'm gonna cut that, and I'm gonna slot in a piece with some sleeves if I can find them for strength. This isn't a hard, it's got a slap shifter on it. I'm not racing it in that sense of the word, so it should be fine. So I'm gonna pop the camera back on the stand, stick this back up in there, get a ruler in there, find out how far away this is from where it needs to connect, and then I'll get to it. So in the backmost position, and that's in the backmost position. So I am striking a pose, and y'all can't see it on camera. You're missing it. It hurts, but it's probably very funny looking. All right, so I am 3.5 inches short. So that is what we are gonna add into it. All right, so I found what I'm going to use. It's a little bit on the big side, but it's a lag bolt that I'm honestly never going to use for anything. It's just over 3.5 inches long. I'm going to go out to the cutoff wheel, nick that end off, and then I'm actually going to grind those threads down so it's smooth. I don't need to have the thready doos. And then I'm going to cut that off in the center and then splice that in with some welds, but we'll come back in here for that. Got to take that bend out too. Let's go out to the barn. First thing we're going to do is grind these threads down, because right now that's enough to get some pliers onto, so I'm not having to try to hold that with gloves or with pliers. So let's get 36 grit. Still toss some gloves on for safeties. We like the safeties. little bit more off. 3.5. So should be good to go. Let me just clean that edge up real quick. Now let's cut our bar. Clean up those edges. Take all 3 pieces and go weld them together. So we have our pieces and our things, and we're going to weld them together, and it's going to be fabulous. Alright, so we're doing some nice thick metal. Let's look at our chart. 1/4 inch solid wire, 550, and we are already on 550. Globulicious. So, looking from the front of the car to the back, it sat like this. So that is how we are going to do it. But I do have this interesting angle here. So let's get creative with holding it down. And then we are going to prop that up. Go a little bit higher. That's still warm, not burning warm, but very warm. So I need to go up higher. Oh, I was sitting all nice and pretty a minute ago. I am sure that there are easier ways to do this. Like, I don't know, getting magnets involved. That'd be a brilliant start. I think that is good from an eyeballs point of view. Fun part is I have the ability to heat and bend steel, so not too worried about that. Let's get this tacked. Carry this out to the forge and grind down those bubblicious bubbles. Make sure our welds are good. They should be, but we'll check all that. Alright, I think our welds are good. It's one solid piece of steel. I'm actually going to clean this up. I think I'm going to paint this tonight. So, still to-dos. Let that dry tonight. Get the transmission connected tomorrow. It's like it's so close, but there's still so many things that got to get done. Build the exhaust. Connect the electrical to the motor, connect a few sensors that I have to do now, or I'll just have open ports, and obviously I want to run it with that. Wire up the tail lights, and then possibly maybe get the extra gauges installed. I had to drill out holes in the dash for that. I already got the drill bit for it, so that should be easy to do, just got to do it. And then connect all that stuff up. Not sure I'm going to do that before I start working on the other Morris, but probably should, because it'll take me a while to get back to it if I don't. But yeah, so that's it for tonight. I will see you in the morning, or a fade for you guys, I guess. All right, so got this all nice and painted. Hopefully I don't need to do any additional bends, but let's see if we can get it installed. Seems to fit pretty well, and get some washers on there as soon as I can figure out where the washer bin is. Doesn't have positive locks on this shifter. I am going to want to fix that eventually. I don't know about that washer I added on the inside because it looks like it's just going to float. Might change that washer out. Unfortunately, I already cotter pinned to one side, so let's take this side back off. Welding. Alright, didn't like how that washer was slipping and sliding, so I went ahead and just tacked a washer on there, keep it from moving. So now we're just basically starting over. Alright, reverse, and then park. Reverse, neutral, drive, second, first. Alright, should be good to go. Still have the dust cover to put on, but I gotta wait till I have power to make sure that the starter is shimmed properly. I need to change the oil pan gasket. That's a later to do. The next step really is just getting this thing to the shop. All right, well, I think that's bye for now. I already got the oil filter housing gasket ordered. I gotta get that fuel line ordered. But for now, I can at least get this down on the skates, off of the lift, and then we can start working on the Del Sol project. Maybe this doesn't go to the drive shaft shop as soon as I wanted to. But hey, that's the nature of the game when you're messing with something that you don't know what the hell you're doing. But it's fun. See you guys later. Oh, I'm gonna be slouching tonight. Don't glare at me.